Alright guys, so we are back for Retropalooza Part 2. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I picked up and also some clips that didn't make it in the last video. I got some panel stuff, panel footage from Rube the Great. I got some stuff from Greco Fabulous and some stuff from Ed's Retro Geek Out. So stay tuned for that after the haul portion of this video. If you were at Retropalooza, you know that it was a great show. So much retro goodness every single year. So I just want to thank Jay and the Game Chasers and their whole crew for putting it on. It was a great time. The next show will be January 11th at DFW Toy Expo here in Arlington, Texas. So guys, check it out, dfwtoyexpo.com. Get all the info there. So let's go ahead and get to the pickups. So I think the first pickup of the day for me was the vintage TMNT Scale Tail. As you can see, this guy is really kind of hard to find. And look at all of his crazy articulation for back in the day. That's pretty dope. You didn't really see that back then, especially in the early to mid 90s. Such a cool freaking figure. All the detail, the snakes, his snake hand, it's pretty dope. But speaking of snakes, I picked up this vintage KO snake man head, as I call them. So I got this in a deal for this 12-inch TMNT Rocksteady. So that's right, that is the vintage 12-inch Rocksteady from that line. I do need to get his blaster, so guys, if you have an extra one, hit me up. I would gladly buy it from you, or trade or whatever. But I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. So I got Rocksteady and Snake Manhead, both for $25. So that was a great freaking deal. Sticking with TMNT, I went to the Game Bros booth and my boy Greg hooked it up with this vintage Raphael football, and I believe this is the only one they made in the football line. Now they had baseballs of all four turtles, but this is the only Ninja Turtle that you can get. So I got that along with this bag of accessories, all TMNT, mostly the movie action figure line, along with some other stuff like I said in the video. But got both of these for $40 together, which is it's retail. That's not bad. It's a little under retail. So thanks, Greg, for that. Appreciate that. And then moving on, I was at this VHS stand and they had a sealed Masters of the Universe 2002 Into the Abyss VHS. So I got that sealed. Pretty dope. So that's gonna stay inside the package for sure. I already have these on DVD, so we're good there. Next, retro game wise, I picked up, there was a booth that had NES games and a bunch of other stuff. It was 5 for $5. So starting off, I got Gumshoe. It has that original black label goodness right there. So I got Gumshoe. I got Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates. Got that. I already had it, but I got another copy of Double Dragon 2, which is a lot of fun. Double Dragon 3, that game is freaking tough, but Double Dragon 2 is a lot of fun. And I didn't have Cobra Command, so I went ahead and knocked that out. And then I got Milton Bradley's Digger T Rock, which I'm excited to play. My NES setup is right over here, so this is probably going to happen this weekend. And moving along, I was at the Freaks and Geeks booth. Shout out to those guys. But I picked up the 2010 Mezco Wolfman figure. This is from the movie Wolfman with Benicio del Toro. But he just looks fantastic, and I got it for $20. So shout out to Freaks and Geeks. This will look great in my Halloween detolf. So just look at that head sculpt right there. Looks fantastic. And then last but not least, I got Narc on the NES, complete in box. So I got this. The guy was asking, what was he asking, 20, and I got it for 10, so that was a great deal. Cart is super clean, as you can see, and then it comes with the sleeve and the, let's see, it comes with the mani, and then a cool Say No to Drugs poster. So say no to drugs, kids. So that's going to do it for my haul, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the coverage. So after this, you will see footage from our panel, our toy hunting panel, and then you'll see some clips from Greco Fabulous as Retro Geek Out. One regret on something that I did not pick up, and you'll know, because I'm regretting it to this day. But anyway, guys, stay tuned for the next videos. The next video up is Dallas Fan Days 2019. So stay tuned for that. Watch these next clips, guys. A lot of fun. Check it out.
How much is it?
40.
40?
Thanks, Tim.
There we go.
$40.
And there he's walking off again.
Are we really filming my childhood stories about spurned love?
About what?
Sperm love? What?
Spurned love.
Spurned.
Unrequited love.
Oh, okay.
Like, so, like,
no, I actually just wanted to get like the Bebop or the Rocksteady in the backpack.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll get out
Shooting
of the way.
B-roll, but hey, I'll use the audio. It's okay.
And how we all met each other, because we were all perfect strangers like over 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the Syndicate Toy Hunters. We'll start with Ruben Cincy on that.
Well, I guess I got to start because since he kind of pushed this mic over to me.
I did.
So it's like, hey, you're gonna go first. Actually, when I started, I just started like I remember I actually just started going back into collecting, because I used to collect just random things here and there, but like actually action figures, Marvel Legends, Deadpool, Juggernaut Wave. That's when I actually just started collecting, because somebody came to Walmart looking, do you have this? Do you have this? I'm like,
For the YouTubers, they're
we don't.
toy hunters.
And then I found it, and then I just started collecting from there. Got associated with looking at Glenn Webb's videos when he was here, yes. And that was like right before I got to get to know his videos like a month before, he passed. So it was like, that was kind of shocking nuts when that happened. Like, bro, I just started watching the videos. But Cincy Nerd and D-Bag Robot Gang out in Cali, they're the ones that actually pushed for me to start doing the channel. They're the ones that got me started doing this, and then they gave me a lot of hype, and then that's where I got to meet Craig from there. We end up, Cincy and I ended up starting a Facebook group called the Syndicate Toy Hunters, and by doing that, that was just, it just kind of exploded real quick. That's what she said. And mom's watching. Oh, I'm sorry. So when we started doing that, it's like we got to get affiliated with a lot of people, and Craig is always pushing for me to come out. He goes, hey, come do this, or come do it. I'm like, yeah, I'm working. I'm sorry, but we just like kind of hunt for different things, and now like our collections have really blossomed into something else, because now it's not just buying action figures; it's more of like just completing our own collections and what we want. And Craig knows, I blame him to this day, like he got me back into vintage TMNT, because that's what I grew up on. So I'm like in the hunt of getting most of that stuff back. And like I met these two guys at the end like recently, just because we were like, hey, we're gonna be on the panel with these guys here. Craig started a group like, hey, meet these guys. Like, oh, hey, how you doing, guys? Hi. So, but they're extra cool. So it's like, hey, everything works. We get to meet all kinds of people. So I love doing this. So.
Oh yeah, man. So I've been collecting my entire life. A lot of people ask, when did you start collecting toys? I've been collecting since like as long as I can remember, since I was like 2 years old, with Star Wars figures, and I never really stopped. I collected through high school. My collection's kind of gone different ways, from action figures to comic books to baseball cards to hockey jerseys, all kinds of stuff. But I've always collected some kind of action figure along the way. And as an adult, I already have a freaking low battery.
Already? Here, I got an extra charger.
There you go. As an adult collector, I didn't really have any friends that collected. So it just so happened that I was on a business trip up in Ohio, in Columbus. I was bored off my ass. I was sitting in my hotel room, looking at YouTube, and I looked at guys like P2 Vision, guys like Shartimus Prime. I saw that they were actually making videos of their collections, unboxings, toy hunting, and I was like, I could do that. I have a lot of extra time on my hands. I'm sitting in this hotel room, I got nothing to do. I could either go see a movie or I could go to a store and go try and find something, record myself and put it on YouTube and see if I can meet some people that are cool. So that's what I did. I filmed some videos, put it on YouTube, didn't really have anyone watching, and then it just slowly kind of started building upon itself. So once I had an audience, I guess, I met this guy online. I was still in Ohio, he was down in Texas. And then Mike the Hunter out in California.
You want to tell them what website we met on? Because this sounds real creepy now.
Yeah, Christian Mingle. We met on Farmers Only.
Yeah, Farmers Only, hey, like, hey.
FarmersOnly.com.
Teddy bear love.
and yeah, and we were toy collectors, D-Bag Robot Gang, and the four of us were like, you know, how do we interact with, we all have different audiences, how do we interact with people more? So we created this Facebook group, Syndicate. You know, people started pouring in there, and the rest is history. And then I met Craig through that, and then I met these two guys the other night. We had tacos. They were freaking. I had tacos. They had drinks.
Like
It was good.
margarita.
That sounds kind of messed up because he's normally the one with the drinks.
So yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah. So me meeting Rube and Cincy, it was before the syndicate started. I mean, I knew of them, and that was actually through D-Bag Robot Gang as well, because when I started doing videos, it was me and Boston Mike.
What's up?
Why don't you come up here, dude?
Nah, I got a better view here.
Okay, all
Put the
right.
mask on though.
Yeah.
Sweating.
But we started doing hunt videos together, and so I started putting up my videos, and you know, I had like maybe 3 views, you know, maybe like 10 subs, and then all of a sudden,
So don't pay attention to that.
it started growing, you know, and oh my gosh, Rube, I can't get through this, dude.
These are awesome.
Come on, they're waiting for the toy talk. Hurry up.
You're just walking into these jokes. That's you walking into these jokes.
Right. And so anyway, yeah, D-Bag actually, he left me a message, and he was like, hey, I'm from Cali, I do hunting, you know, I like what you're doing. And I was like, holy crap, somebody other than my kids and friends are commenting on my videos. So then, you know, after that, D-Bag was talking about Cincy Nerd, and then Rube, and then shortly after that, the Syndicate Facebook group got started, and it's been amazing ever since. And we all became pretty close, pretty cool. Go on trips and do some toy hunting across the United States. And then these guys, I met Greco, or no, I met him here, but doing, physically meeting here, but like a few years back, I was sick at home, I had the flu or whatever, so I just turned on the YouTube.
I nursed him back down.
He bring you soup.
I turned on the YouTubes and he popped up, and I was like, who the heck is this guy? He's freaking hilarious. And then started following him there. And then shortly after that, I met Mr. Ed, because I really liked his videos. He kind of has that Game Chaser thing going, and you know, Game Chasers is a great channel and all that. So, and then yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna pass it on to Greco.
Cool. All right, so my timeline's a little fuzzy. I don't have the best memory. I don't know if Ed started out first. Ed was like my biggest fan. Self-admitted, I'm not just like projecting here, but so yeah, no, he used to go watch my videos, comment on them, so we kind of developed a relationship there, and it's blossomed ever since. And this is really cool that we're finally getting to meet face to face. Thanks to this man to my right, Craig. Obviously, at that point, once I heard this was all coming together, I knew that I needed a place to stay. So I started to befriend him and say, hey, wouldn't it be cool? I'm a big fan. If we,
You sound like you're being passed around.
whatever it takes to, you know, fly the country for free. So no, you know, we again, my memory's kind of fuzzy here, but
Did
obviously
he drug you too?
but we met that way, and we met, and things are going great, and I'm really happy that I'm here. And then Craig introduced me to these guys on my right once we found out they were going to be a thing today.
Yeah.
So it's a nice one big happy family. And then what are we talking about? Like how we started out? Is that the other part of this?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I started my YouTube channel oddly enough with comic books. I randomly saw a bunch of people that were just doing kind of like show and tell haul videos, and I don't know why, but somehow that kind of sparked my interest and creativity, and I came from I went to school for video production, things like that, so I just wanted something to kind of keep the creative juices alive. So I saw YouTube as an outlet, and it kind of worked out that way. So I was in that community, met a lot of great people there. I actually met up with another group of guys at Motor City Comic Con, and that's become a regular thing for the past 5 years. So you guys are my B squad.
Wow.
Things are going good. And then I started going out to flea markets and stuff in my area, and just finding lots of old toys that kind of connected that nostalgia back to me, things that I was missing since childhood. And I was having a lot of luck finding some really great things and deals, and just the excitement of the hunt. So that really kind of changed the direction of my channel and what I was really going after.
Awesome.
And it's been going strong ever since, and obviously meeting other like-minded collectors has been a blast, and just really bringing this thing to fruition and just making it really worthwhile. Now, if only my subscriber count and views would reflect my passion, that would be great. All right, Ed, your turn.
Okay. So how did I meet all of you? Basically, one of the channels I was following when they just started out was Game Chasers, through watching AVGN and stuff like that, and I always had the idea of making a YouTube show like Game Chasers, but based on my bands that I play in. So I'll kind of have a reality show around that. And then when the bands quit or it wasn't happening, I couldn't get commitment out of it. I had more free time, and I ended up, collecting retro games. So I was like, hey, I'll give it a try with what everybody's already doing on YouTube. But I'm having fun and being creative. And then I started looking for channels like Game Chasers, and somebody on Reddit posted Greco Fabulous. So that was okay, this guy is amazing, the Spidey Sense videos. So that's how I met you. I started commenting like a geek. And from there, I did see a couple of guys, just looking for new channels, trying to find new great content. I saw a couple of guys that had the Syndicate intro thing on their videos, and that's how I found Cincy Nerd, I found Rube, I found Craig, I found Narc. So it's pretty much true to group that I found you guys. From entering group, you see all the videos popping up, you check it out. If you like the guy that's in there, he's up. And now, 2 years later, I'm actually in a room with these people from halfway across the globe. So it's pretty amazing.
He's in here willingly. We're not forcing him.
No, I'm in here willingly.
Craig is running a hostel.
And I'm totally geeking out. So thank you all for joining in on the panel today. So did I cover the questions or not?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, we can move on.
You know I like my chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio on.